There's so many things to do in GTA Online. Races, death matches, businesses. But for whatever reason, that just wasn't doing it for me. I decided I wanted to do something so boring and so tedious with no real benefit. In comes the UFO tattoo. What a benign name, huh? The UFO tattoo. Despite the name, it is actually a malignant time waster. There are no stats or anything, but I'd be willing to bet that less than 0.1% of GTA Online players have the tattoo, considering only 0.1% of GTA players have the much, much easier Platinum Trophy. And yes, the Platinum Trophy is easier to get than this tattoo. Despite its difficulty, there are only 3 steps. Yeah, you heard that right. 3. Let's go over them. Step 1. Complete 600 bunker resupply missions. I'm out. Okay, so step 1 is already unbelievable. 600. Really? Yeah, so this is where most people give up. And if that wasn't enough, the game does not track how many missions you've done. You have to do it yourself, manually. Step 2. After the 600 missions, you get to participate in something that everybody loves. Random chance encounters. From 2100 to 2300 hours, if you start a bunker resupply, after the initial 600, you have a chance to get a special, one-time, limited resupply. In this resupply, you steal an alien egg from a crashed UFO right outside of Fort Zancudo. It's honestly pretty cool. What's not cool is the misinformation about this. I, along with everybody else, thought that you just had to do a bunker resupply at that specific time because, you know, that's what every article, YouTube video, telegram, and message in a bottle said. This is not the only requirement though. You must have done at least 5 resupplies in the same session before this one will be spawned. So yeah, I wasted about 20 resupplies before I learned that from some random commenter on some random website. So if you're out there, thank you. Step 3. If you've completed the 600 resupplies and stolen the alien egg, congratulations. You are now ready for the final step. No ridiculous number of missions to do, no misinformation. All you have to do is pass out at your nightclub from the Macbeth whiskey shot from midnight to 4 AM when it's snowing, raining, thunderstorming, etc. And hope the game spawns you on Mount Chiliad with a nearby UFO and the UFO tattoo. There is, however, one problem, because of course there is. On console, it doesn't rain during the night because the reflections would take up too much memory. There is a solution. The mission can be triggered when it snows, which happens about 8 days a year in GTA. Now, I started this whole endeavor in July, and I got to this step in November because of the quarantine. In fact, that's why I did this at all. Thankfully, I was able to get the UFO tattoo during the week it snowed in GTA, but it was close. If I had missed my chance, I don't know what I would have done. Now that I've gone over the steps, I want to go a little more in-depth about step 1. Since I had to count my resupplies manually, I decided to make a little research experiment. That's right, I compiled all 634 of my resupplies, including where they took place, the type of mission, and the time it took. I then compiled all of the data into a Google Doc with a clickable table of contents, link in the description. I now want to go over some of my findings. Here is a graph of my average time per resupply in sets of 50. In general, it trended downward slightly as I got more proficient at these missions. The average time was 5 minutes and 10 seconds. Not bad. Now, a very rough estimate of the amount it took using these averages, not including loading times and such, is 53 hours or 2.2 days. Keep in mind, this is using averages, not the actual time. No loading times are considered, and this is if I did it continuously with no breaks. In reality, it took considerably more time than that. For interest, my shortest resupply was resupply 556 at 1 minute 45 seconds, and my longest resupply was resupply 519 at 18 minutes and 40 seconds. This graph has the location of the resupplies against the number of times it was completed. There are far more locations than those included on the graph, but the graph would look ridiculous with so much on it. Here's a heat map my friend and I made showing the location of resupplies. Next, I found out how many times I completed the type of mission, i.e. steal the railgun or steal the rhino. Then I found out the average time of each of those missions. I then put them on the same graph to see if there is a correlation. There is, however, no correlation. Here's the graph. I was hoping to see that resupplies with a higher average time would show up more often, as that seems like a Rockstar thing to do, but as previously stated, there is no correlation. And that pretty much covers everything I want to talk about. If you're interested, the Google Doc in the description has all of the data and some stuff I didn't include in this video, including all of the resupplies and their data. Anyways, thank you for watching this video of a crazy man talking about summoning a UFO.